5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remain. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban. Team ban. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Coming.
Live in a sec.
All right.
Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the BTS Pro Series, where we are endangering human lives by virtue of blood pressure rising. As that game was insane. Neil, holy Toledo, what do we even say? What are we getting into here for this game number 3?
We're getting into tier 1 Dota. I'm not even gonna correct myself anymore because that was a tier 1 team fight execution performance, as was linked to us by Raging Igor on Twitter. What was, I thought, involving only coordination from 2 heroes, the Naga Siren and the Nyx Assassin. Turns out it actually required perfect coordination from 3 heroes, because the reason that SF could not BKB after the song, which is what I was very curious about, because normally after a song ends, you can always activate BKB, no matter what the song is. Even if it's an ice path underneath you, BKB always takes tick priority. But because vacuum counts as a disable, if you time the vacuum right at the end of the song and right into the impale, then there's no window in which you're not disabled as the Shadow Fiend or anyone who has a BKB. And so it requires the Naga song, and then they wait for it to end, so it doesn't require too much coordination from the Naga, but the Darkseer has to time the vacuum perfectly, and then the Nyx Assassin has to time the impale also perfectly. So amazing level of execution, and they deserve that victory 100%.
Absolutely. Let's head into the draft right now because we do have one right in front of us. Update the score second. Wanted to mention real quickly, in between those games, Miracle put out a tweet that said, I haven't felt that kind of win in a long time. Be sure to go and check him out on Twitter if you guys haven't yet. It's at Miracle, but with 6 E's? Some amount of E's at the end of it.
Young Galv.
Exactly.
Team back.
So go check that out. Feeling good about it. There's still another game to play, so their heads have been able to be restructured. Because that's one thing about it, right? In terms of these, when all the emotions are running high, sure, you can really easily say the game was thrown away, Geek Fam should have won that, no question. Fam messed up a lot, and they gave away a lot of chances wanted to make the comeback happen. You gotta remain mentally tough. Like, if you're a player that's walking down mid every time, you're not gonna win that game. You're not prepped for it. You gotta practice like you play. You gotta
that game wouldn't have happened in North America.
No, I mean, maybe it still would have. Who knows? But you know, it's relevant, and the tenacity that saw displayed there from T, very high level. So impressive showing from them, and I'm gonna fix these overlays as you lead us through the graphs a little, rather the picks here. And
sure, first phase bans from T1, Chen, Centaur, Batrider, Ricky.
10 seconds
Fam
remaining.
first phase, the Naga Siren, respect the other way around, as well, actually they had respect banned their own Alchemist in game 2, but yeah, they're banning out Miracle's Naga Siren, ban out the Oracle, the Timbersaw, and the Coddle. T1 first pick a Mars, which is definitely stepping out of the box of what they've done earlier in this series. They may have been picking it previous days, but it's not a bad first phase. Again, my biggest issue with them in game 1 was them first phasing a important core, Miracle's hero specifically, with the Phancer. So they're saving it. Instead, go for a Phoenix afterwards, and Geek Fam pick up a Tusk Disruptor Huck. Again, like, the Tusk just seems like pure comfort. I am not thrilled. I'll mention it again with the fact that Zephyr did not find it necessary to build a Blink Dagger. really the only way that they win, or the only way that they lose, is the way that they lost, which is it has to be a perfectly
10 seconds remaining.
executed
Radiant
team fight involving
pick.
3 different heroes with like tick perfect execution, and one quick blink snowball can immediately like correct a bunch of that. And so his Tusk has been fine, but his itemization has been a little bit suspect.
And I think that that's something in that last game. Shadow Fiend,
10
great when you're ahead. It
seconds
allows you to
remaining.
get further and further ahead. Ability that if
5
you give up
seconds
that lead,
remaining.
have that backbone to back on to Sanjin Yasha or Satanic like AC or whatever. It was much more of the magic damage. As they got like punched in the jaw a little bit, they just had a glass chin and crumpled. Tough stuff. Damn. We'll see how this ends up going now. The Mars has definitely been a bit of a revelation in other Phoenix as well. We've been seeing a lot of those heroes get picked up. One going for something a bit more close.
Well, hopefully it's comfort for them as well. It is definitely popular in other regions. I'm surprised that they go for the Lich though, because the most typical combination I've been seeing is the Dark Willow, because the Terrorize into the Mars Arena seems to be like the most consistent combination. Sure, Chain Frost also has potential, but if you only catch out one hero, say a Morphling, then you would much rather have a Fear or the Terrorize to combo up with the Arena, because Chain Frost isn't going to do a whole lot, and the Sinister Gaze is not nearly as effective as the Disable. So a little bit surprised that they go for the Lich, but again, I'm not going to question T1's teamfight execution. If they think that they know how to pull off a combo, then I'm more than willing to see it happen. But
Totally.
Geek Fam also are in their comfort zone with the Tusk and then Raven Morphling. So this is going to be a good game 3 for sure.
Before we get into it too far, since we're already 8 picks in the draft, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors as well. Monster, keeping us very energized through these late evenings. You're almost there, a little bit more over. Oh, perfect. Nicely done. You raise that bottom hand a little bit more. Oh, that's good. Holding up the greatness.
Hell yeah.
And then, of course, Loot.bet, our official sponsors as well for the BTS Pro Series, official betting sponsors. As we are in now to the last round of bans. Is there any cheese left in the Food Mother possibility here? Maybe you could. Already has the.
Both teams seem pretty listed, I would say, at most. No,
10 seconds remaining.
This is going to be a fair and square kind of game. Geek Fam
5 seconds remaining.
probably looking for their one position. I mean, sorry, their well, actually, no, there's some flexibility. You could do Puck offlane. You could do Puck offlane or mid. You could do Morphling, probably only. Yeah, that's going to be the Raven here. So it's mainly you're either looking for your mid or your off. T1 don't know
I like
yet.
Cuckoo.
Radiant
I like
team
Cuckoo.
pick.
Yeah. It looks like T1 agree as they
Dire team
ban out a mid laner. And pick up an Alchemist. Ooh.
There's the cheese.
Okay. There's enough time to recover from this. I think Morphling is fine against Alchemist. I think Tusk is great. All 3 of the Geek Fam other heroes are really good at abusing an Alchemist, at least early on. Disruptor with Glimpse and Kinetic Field are both very
10
effective. Tusk with
remaining.
Ice Shards and Snowball, and Puck with high
5
mobility
seconds
and
remaining.
Oil. So I think you probably want to keep it as an offlane.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one of the issues that you do is like sort of topping out on damage. Whatever that next hero is, whether it's offlane or whether it's mid, make sure they get some more. Just having more.
I think you go for maybe a Monkey King, because then you can, if T1 want to send Alk safe lane and send the Kunkka mid, I mean, Monkey King is going to be fine against either of them. It's 3 melee cores on T1.
Oh, it's banned. Never mind. Oh, that would have been
Yeah,
sick.
that would have been pretty good. Although there is a fair amount of magic damage on T1, but still, yeah, when you're against a bunch of melee strength heroes, it would have been fantastic. I prefer Monkey King over Ursa, which would be another alternative, just because Ursa is not as strong of a team fighter, and at T1 are looking for team fights, and Geek Fam don't really have the strongest team fight. They have potential with Dream Coil and the Static Storm, but they need more reliable setup. And so if you have a Wukong's command surrounding it, better. And then if they don't want to necessarily go for like a hard counter, and they still need a mid laner, I think Razor would be okay. Again,
Still a pretty good counter.
yeah, again, like your goal is to take advantage of the fact that they have 3 melee heroes and you have a Morphling.
If he goes for it, I think that it sort of, there's a lot of different things that a lot of different ways the Alchemist and avenue of like coming to an.
Yeah, for sure.
Granted, you want to be farming if you're playing that ability.
And something that's also an early BKB builder, because you want something that can walk through the arena if needed, and something that can start attacking the egg. The egg is the only thing that it's kind of discouraging me from going for like a Monkey King or Razor, because they're not great at dealing with the egg.
Choose your hero.
There is Ember.
Neither is Ember.
Okay, whatever. You're just crazy.
Seems like such a hard game against a Kanka and a bunch of disables like Sinister Gaze into Spear. Yeah, and no one kills the egg. This team is not great at killing the egg. It's gonna be all Morphling, and if he's like, I don't know, there's a lot of disable also. There's Torrent, there's the Unstable Concoction. This seems like a kind of difficult Ember game. They may just like the mid lane matchup. That's the only thing I can think of.
It is a Carl special too. They're super maneuverable heroes. Got a disruptor and backing people down. I think they just want to like win the kind of snow over and over and over.
Which kind of has been the way that they've been beating T1. Even last game, like, they won all 3 lanes. It was their teamfight execution that was ultimately their downfall. And so if GeekFam are just going to avoid teamfights altogether by letting Raven get huge, he doesn't have like a Chronosphere like he did last game, so he doesn't even need to show up to teamfights. It's just a bunch of cores that can pick people off. Puck can pick people off, Morphling can pick people off, Ember Spirit can pick people off, Disruptor and Tusk just need to cooperate with one of any of the 3 heroes. So I guess their goal is just to avoid team fights altogether. It's just that I don't know if you can end the game quickly enough before an Alchemist comes online, because they also don't push very well. It's yet again all in the Morphling. Sorry?
Carry them?
No, I don't think so. I think that they need to play.
That's the one thing that I'm not sure about. Trust your judgment there.
Well, it's mainly just because I think that a Morphling will be able to get pretty huge, but the thing is that you're against like 3 really tanky cores. Kanka, Mars, and Alchemist. Some of them can get shotgunned. And so even if you have great initiation, more often than not, I will go with the team that has the Morphling to outcarry, because I'm like, well, you'll immediately be able to take one of the cores out of the fight. But that's not going to be the case this game, because you're against 3 strength cores, and that's without even Rum being factored in, so I'm leaning T1 in terms of late game strength.
Okay. I can dig it. If they can make it happen, and might not even get to the late game, considering all of the different games that we've seen super duper quickly. Very fast show.
Although I need to go back and watch this NIP Na'Vi game. I heard that was a banger with like 10 Divine Rapiers or something like that at like 80 minutes.
I didn't get to watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch it.
I was sleeping.
As was I, but I heard about it and I was like, damn, that sounds like a hype-ass game. So the late game is still alive and well, I suppose.
One that went kind of late, or maybe it didn't. My brain is just fried. How long was that last game?
I think it was only like 40 something minutes, because we didn't even get to like tier 4 items or tier 5 items. Normally whenever you see like a cliff drop that significant, oh nice, Emperor scouts out that they have a server war because he tanked some Turbo and Tower aggro. Normally whenever you see a cliff that dramatic, it's because like, oh, they just completed like a rapier or some major item, but really they just won a team fight. They just won a really good team fight and immediately won the game afterwards.
Well, they won like 2 or 3.
That's true. Yeah, well, they won 2, and then there was that one bot rune fight where T1, like GeekFam just threw away like 3 lives. But they got the Naga Song Vacuum Impale combo off twice, and that was the secret to success.
They are running the rarely zero heroes bottom.
The no lane. I've seen tri lanes. I've seen dual lanes. I've seen solo lanes. I haven't seen the no lane before.
That's don't worry, Geekfam have enough heroes here to make up for it.
I mean, does this tri lane really beat no heroes? I'm not really sure. I think Morphling's gonna need a little bit more help if Phoenix shows up.
Pretty hype though. I like that. They just run the Alchemist top and he gets a free couple of waves here. It looks like they're gonna try and TP Zephyr to get some pressure onto him. We'll see if Miracle ends up coming to pick up the lanes afterwards now. Cuckoo in some trouble, has to get the jaunt away. Paulison is gonna get pummeled here by Zephyr, but looks like he should be okay.
Oh.
Out.
Yeah, he's fine.
Bold move, man. Did it.
This reward transcends
Wait, where did he TP to?
Tier 1 tower.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be out of commission for a little bit here, but he can go for the Frost Blast. It's a long touch.
And I don't think that this is necessarily that
Carl. More punch. Ooh, Fairy Fire. Now the other direction. Does have another Tidebringer relatively soon. Going to go for it. No. There's on. Let's get him there on the other side as goes down up top.
That is how we do things in the north.
I mean, I think Kunkka is the better matchup against Ember, but I also think that Alchemist can get more. Wow, Paulson really wants this.
Goop.
I don't think Paulson gets this.
Oh, the outplay. Paulson. Dude, tip him. What are you doing, Cuckoo? Get in there.
I don't know what Paulson's game plan was. Like, the Frost Blast has like one of the most obvious cast animations in all of Dota, aside from maybe like, I don't know, Split Earth from Leshrac, so yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Coming in trying to deny, rather to get the pull off, but doesn't end up happening as Zephyr denies it. Maybe? Does he get range creep? So he's left alone up top there against two. Not the greatest time in the world for him. Mid lane going a little bit more favored towards Carl. They're kind of losing out on those two lanes. Bottom is not particularly going well either for Forev. I guess he's going to catch back up with this next round of creeps. Now, this has not been a great start here for T1, who lose Paulison yet again up top.
Tag team is way too good. Cuckoo can always jaunt in, get follow-up attacks, because usually people will run out of tag team range eventually, especially if you're a ranged here, but jaunt makes it so easy to stay on team.
Not going to be able to get the pullback there. Dream still living. Not have a salve is going to have to walk on back home. That is a frustrating thing.
The first kill in this mid lane will be very, very dramatic, so I can see why both players are like pushing it to the limit, but also making sure that they're not the one to feed relentlessly. So In Your Dream ends up getting the upper hand right now. Must suck that Ember has to walk back, but he's doing fine. And at the end of the day, the Alchemist is not doing that great. And I think that's the most important for Geek Fam to make sure.
Back here, I don't think power before gets back to be able to. Flame Guard comes out. Back away again. Watch out, Paulison, as has happened multiple times. This guy is in some trouble. Tag team lasts so long. Shards goes out, a couple more punches. Zephyr and Cuckoo, they want to punch him so badly, and they do eventually get him. But it will also come at the cost of Zephyr going down.
It's the Phoenix though, not the Mars, and so Morphling, I mean, it's going to be a pretty free lane no matter what. Raven, yet again, is going to be left alone to his own devices. Whitemon briefly thought about rotating mid. He scouted out a double damage rune for Carl, but it's kind of difficult to kill a Kunkka. He's way too tanky. Especially double bracer, yeah, and now top lane yet again on the Alchemist.
It's too easy. Like, you can't allow that type of thing to happen over and over again. And I guess that's just the problem with the draft right now. Carl hanging on to that Sleight of Fist. Now he's going to pop the Flame Guard and try and push through the wave. While Bounty Runes traded off and was able. One of them.
It's 2 for 2. Yeah. which is an Alchemist team. You're always hoping to push the limit on one of them to go for 3 out of the 4, but they're not doing well in this top lane at all. Cuckoo and...
Uh-oh.
Tag team, like, they're not even scaling up Snowball, and they're just so effectively going again. All the Fire Spirits are kind of mitigating Cuckoo's damage here. Maybe getting a kill?
Looks like Cuckoo is going to be able to back away from there. Mid lane, they took down Carl.
Boat.
That was just the level 6. They weren't able to get the outplay there. That's always the interesting mark, but he's just level 4 compared to level 6 on Kunkka. And now, Coral Paulison yet again. Man is hurting. They aren't going to be able to get the kill since they are doing the full tri lane up top.
Yeah, Geekfam don't really care about this. Like, killing the Alchemist and zoning him out is just a bonus. The main goal is just to make sure that Morphling is free. And if Phoenix is stuck up here the whole time, because Fire Spirits are critical to make sure the tag team doesn't kill people, then Geekfam are okay with this. Is now Snowball onto Yoko.
Cards goes out as well. The fear pulls him back in. Gonna be able to find themselves 1 kill. White Man also TP's in. He wants them also. What are you doing, my man? They got the little laser that gets thrown out on top of them. We'll be able to find the secondary pickup there. So another kill gladly taken by T1.
Alchemist has to go all TP all the way back to the base though, and he only has 2 points in acid spray. So this is like normally at 7 minutes as an Alchemist, you're like, okay, I can transition into the jungle. Someone else can take over the lane. I don't really think that's the case right now, and I don't think he can take over mid. He's walking towards mid, but I think an Ember Spirit, once he hits level 6, which he's gonna get level 6 off this wave, could just solo an Alchemist.
Head into the jungle instead. Miracle realizes not have that soul ring yet. Zephyr runs into Yokum. Shards, pull him in, give him 1 more punch, and the snowball should be enough. Got a snowball available here to turn it now on to Paul. Or no, it's onto the small creeps. They're really gonna drop the boat for this? Okay. Farms up the camp and also gets the kill. Why not?
They keep nerfing the cooldown, and I keep wanting them to nerf it more because still, like, you're able to use Ghost Ship like that just casually, and no one really, it's not really that big of a deal.
Carl going in on Miracle right now. Gonna be able to stop the pressure there eventually. But yeah.
At this point, now that you've seen the Alchemist kind of leave the lane, I think Geekfam should just start pouring into the Radiant jungle, because any one hero can Radiant Blow onto the Kunkka, but he's so tanky with these double bracers.
Not really seem to care that much, does he?
Yeah. Okay, good. So Geekfam are kind of moving away because any one of the cores can just stay in their lane. Ember Spirit can stay in his lane. If Alchemist shows up, they can kill him. Puck can stay in the top lane. If Alchemist shows up, Puck can kill him. And Morphling is huge, and I don't think Alchemist is going to even dream of showing up at the bot lane. And so the rest of Geekfam, the Disruptor and the Tusk just start scouting out what's going on in the jungle, which Zephyr is doing now. And he's going to start placing some wards to make sure that they keep a close eye on what this Alchemist is.
Double ward here to make sure that they get the D ward. Both of them taken out. Paulison, as has been the sacrificial lamb, dead again. He is 5 of their 7 kills right now. Geekfam do manage to find this little stack that's off to the side. There were some other stacks over in the jungle. Sure, if let's scout those out and try and take them later on. It'd be a big win for them if they could. As the DD Carl is gonna run in here, find himself Phoenix, and should be able to get that kill afterwards. Oh, boat combo comes out onto Whiteman, gets the kill. He's gonna saunter away. What you gonna do about it, Carl?
Yeah, in your dream, this is not gonna happen.
In fact, Miracle's the one who could have gone on there, but be able to. Oh, another blind torrent. All right, gets on the Zephyr. Why not?
Oh, he really wanted to find a small camp.
Wait, Rum's wearing off. Rum's wearing off. They get 1 kill in your dream. Does he get denied by creeps? Is he going to be able to find the kill onto Carl? Torrent goes out. He's going to be able to get that jump forward from the Ember Spirit. Trying to break that flame guard. It's not enough damage yet.
What? It's level 3 Thunderstrike? Oh my god. Okay, well,
that's pretty insane.
They're gonna get this Alchemist anyway.
Probably, and do they get the kill onto Carl with the extra damage coming in from the tower? Not gonna happen. Double kill for Carl.
Radiant's top tower
And they
is under
seize
attack.
4 bounty runes away from the Alchemist team. So that is a miserable time to go for that fight. Well, they haven't gotten all 4 yet, but I'm sure Raven... Well, actually, Puck is TPing to the outpost. They may actually just try to turn this into a push in the bomb. But man, Raven, he's just cruising along. 5.5k now, he's 1k ahead of the Kunkka, now going in onto this more Phoenix.
It's gonna be another easy kill here. As you mentioned, there aren't many egg hitters, but if you're not getting level 6 on Phoenix, it doesn't really matter. Miracle
Radiant's bottom tower
has
is under attack.
Visibility.
I mean, there are some Alchemist games that we've watched where he has his Radiance at this point.
Yeah.
And Alk right now is the 5th lowest net worth in the game. This is not a good Alk game. This has been, oh no, and he's gonna die again. Run away!
Is under attack.
Oh jeez. Oh, that hurts. That one hurts a lot.
Level
And
6, Phoenix isn't level 6, they can't take a team fight really.
no, Phoenix just got level 6.
Oh.
This could be a good one. Cuckoo trying to run away from him there. They, oh god, they're gonna get out with everybody, aren't they? Looks like Cuckoo.
Down.
And it doesn't feel worth it for the Alk going down. For trying to run away.
And now that all those cool like arenas down, but I guess it has a relatively short cooldown, but Supernova's down, and I think that's the most important cooldown for a T1 to keep on hand, because as soon as Raven starts showing up to fights with the Morphling, he has to focus the egg, and if he doesn't have to worry about that, then that means that you may be able to get the burst damage off before, you know, Kunkka's Rum starts coming into the team fight and stuff like that, so this Phoenix is going to be very, very valuable moving forward.
Huge. Like, they need to get so much more farm. And like you mentioned, they have really good team fight, but all of these heroes are so maneuverable on FAM that it's like getting them actually under control is very hard to do. Miracle up top. Gonna glyph the wave to stop him from farming. Dude, what's your guys' problem? What the hell?
My man was just gonna chemical rage and then walk back, and now they've bought time for Carl to walk in.
Oh, a fake.
Nice.
Looking for the follow. Oh, Carl. That's why it's one of his signature heroes. That was nifty. Well, the Torrent is nice though. Static Storm laid down onto the Mars. The boat comes in afterwards, able to slight dodge it yet again. Carl is having a fabulous game. They steer him to the tower, but they don't care about that at all. Now Mars has overstepped his bounds. They drop down the arena, managed to get the kill actually there. So they take down Cuckoo again. And at the same time, this is all more space for Miracle to farm. Like, they're running at him and causing trouble and making him annoyed. But they have been able to kill him the last couple of times here as Paulison runs in, trying to take down this big pink tusk. And they will eventually get that finish. Meanwhile, Mars dies in the end up top. There's just madness going on. It's been 27 kills in 13 minutes.
Where's the F10K? That's what I wanted to know. That must have happened like 13 minutes ago or something like that. I'm a little bit surprised that Raven hasn't shown up to a single fight yet. I thought that tier 1 fight, like Mars was getting really deep in enemy territory, and I'm pretty sure a Morphling at this stage can be a pretty solid threat to a Kunkka. It's level 13 on the Morphling, so maybe he's just enjoying his solo experience. Doesn't really have like maybe once he gets his Eagle Song, then he'll start showing up. Raven generally does not show up to fights until he has one major item completed, but at the same time, like you said, this is all time for Miracle to be farming. An Alchemist who has been so heavily shut down in the early game, you kind of want to keep bullying him rather than giving him a window, because a Morphling is very strong right now compared to an Alchemist, but if they're both going to be farming, then I think T1 are kind of happy with this arrangement. Oh, never mind, Raven has the full E-Blade completed. Alright, it's time to party.
Yeah, they're going in, and they have a Spirit Vessel done on the Ember as well. More charges on it. Like, this is... Oh god, this Alk is so poor. Below his own Kunkka.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Raven, we top the glyph there. Rev hiding out to the other side. He does have a spear back up in 3, but that's too much to try and go in on that right now, I think.
Radiant's
They just need to try and hold
fallen.
if possible, but Miracle just... This location right here has been killed so many freaking times. Like, look at Zephyr.
Yeah.
What a butthead. He just comes in and takes the creep, runs away. Like, what are you gonna do about
I
it?
can understand why. Like, this is the safest camp technically, because it's knee deep inside of your tier 2 towers. It's on the safest part of the jungle, but that's why Geek Fam are specifically targeting him right there. At least this time it's one bounty
Radiant's
rune,
middle
so
tower is
better
under
than
attack.
better than the 10-minute mark, but it's still not great for an Alchemist team to only be getting one bounty rune.
They're prepped again. Zephyr is so ready to go. This man is always pushing it right to the edge, and if anybody walks over here, they're gonna kill him.
He popped the smoke, so Forev was trying to roam in and
Miracle. Not again. Not again. There's the Walrus Punch. The Glimpse pulls him back in. Come hang out with us. We want to say hi. As Raven gets the kill onto Miracle, Carl gives him the tip, lets him know how he feels about it. Oh, maybe a chance. Have they overextended? They only get the tusk. Not enough. T1 getting what they can get, but feeling like this Morphling is just getting out of control.
And it's not buying time for the Alchemist. Meanwhile, oh, nice tree into the spear play on the mid lane. That was pretty slick by Forev.
Okay. Making it happen. Drop another tree. Cool. Yeah, back out of there afterwards. Sunray trying to keep Paulison alive. He's taking a lot of damage and is eventually going to die. Meanwhile, Cuckoo shows up, is going to be able to find the coil onto both of them. He's silenced for freaking ever. They do have the supernova down, but keep him just run away. Care at all, not one bit.
On Mars.
They pull him back in another time, because why not? And Morphling, does he have a range to get in there with the E-Blade? Waveform forward, tries to get him with the Adaptive Strike. They will be able to get the vision. They catch Yokum. Snowball, why not? Zephyr living, as they don't have enough to kill him off. 3 dead yet again. Now, I do remember what happened last game.
Vaguely, yes.
You know, a strong team fight team falling really far behind early on. Have Geek Fam learned their lesson?
Yes, mainly because there's no potential for like irresponsible builds. Like, because Carl, he's building the way that he should be, and he keeps refilling his Spirit Vessel charges. That's why he's blowing it on like Lich, just to make sure that Phoenix Sunray can't do very much. And so he's building responsibly, which isn't to say that I think that the Shadow Fiend build was irresponsible, but it can scale very well into the game. This Ember Spirit like is not railroaded into a certain type of build, which is what the Shadow Fiend was. The Shadow Fiend was just like a one ult wonder in that last game, and so that was kind of a downfall. And then also there is a lot of wait, so what happened with Puck?
Miracle missed like 3 last hits in the bottom lane, and Puck tipped him because they saw it. He pinged him like multiple times in his inventory. Oh god, Cuckoo has no chill, dude. What the hell?
I love Southeast Asian players. They're
pulling
each other.
creeps to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like consistent creeps into him to try and keep him there.
It's the safest camp, but it's also the most dangerous one because they keep coming there.
Dude. Oh no, not again. Please don't let it happen. Glyph the wave one more time. Oh, Snowball, he's dead. God. Oh.
They even specifically dewarded this one section because they knew, but it wasn't
Radiant's
enough.
middle tower is under attack.
They are bullying him so hard here.
Yeah.
I have never seen a hero get like the treatment harder than
Oh,
this.
what a glyph. They even glyphed the Tidebringer attack, so this wave's gonna survive. They may start to push high ground even. Because, I mean, they took the Aegis.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I mean, again, like it's really easy to just look at this and be like, oh, Miracle's cheating or something. This isn't on him. This is like the game plan from Geek Fam.
Yeah.
And the fact that T1 don't have heroes that can save him. They have like no defensive heroes on their team. And when your draft relies around just one person, like, not working. Really, really good play by Geek Fam to recognize the weakness one draft, to exploit it to the best of their abilities. In the meantime, look at Phoenix, Yokum right here. This is the real MVP. Get your out that Philosopher's Stone.
Hell yeah.
Give that to Alk.
Yokum?
Taking it for yourself?
He's the game winner. He was the game winner on the Nyx Assassin. He will be the game winner again if T1 managed to get some 6 supernovas off. So I have faith in my boy, aggressively farming the enemy jungle.
The rune of invisibility.
Well, they've almost...
Oh man, is he gonna sneak? He's gonna sneak the outpost also. What a goddamn player.
Oh, that's
what
great.
a goddamn
That's
player.
Radiant's
They're so mad. So many things. They're so angry.
Alright. Icarus dive?
They're just like...
He's not even Icarus dive.
They're
What a
shaking
player.
with rage.
top tower has fallen.
Oh,
And he
and the
gets
bounty.
the bounty.
That's why.
Oh my god. I'm okay with
Yoko.
him dying at this point.
Did your job. Did his job.
All right, so that was one bounty rune. There you go. One bounty rune secured to the Alchemist team.
Miracle. Don't let it happen here. Okay, yeah, he's running away. They're gonna give up the life of. So, Miracle is going to have his non-stop tipping. Miracle.
Oh, he's going for the relic.
He's gonna have it now.
All right, so no buyback right now.
Dire are scanning.
Oh wait, or does he have buyback? No, he does not have buyback.
And is that Miracle trying to TP out? Does manage to get the escape. Heads up play there. Yeah, well, I guess now Relic there, he's got some more space to himself. Alk hypothetically can start to catch up a little bit. He's gonna need to like go straight BKB or something like that.
Pretty much. I think
But-
it's gonna be on Kunkka to be the damage dealer right now.
God, he lived. He lived through the combo. Okay,
Okay.
they're making progress. What you need to do. I mean, and to be fair, it's like we saw what happened last game. You know, the tenacity of T1 to stick with it when it looks like the game should be over, and everybody would say the game should be over. Eerily similar to last time,
Wow.
right? Like Farev is on a team fight oriented hero. Yokum is on a big team fight oriented hero. They've got some stuns. They've got both. They've got, you know, everything. Like there's a chance that you could overextend here for Geek Fam. It'd be really hard. It'd be really hard.
Like last game, I was not. Can he survive the combo
Chase?
again?
No. They dropped the DV branch right there on his face.
And they're gonna push high ground now. They have Glyph though, and they have this Frost Shield also.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this dragon scale damage plus. Yeah, okay, that's a death glitch.
Right. There we go. Yeah, I actually think that this would be a bigger comeback than
This is by far a
last
bigger
game even.
comeback. 'Cause last game, like, I found it reasonable because like it wasn't just a massive net worth disadvantage, but like they had a team fight capable of like literally 5v0ing people. That is not the case this time. No matter how good of a combo you get, you're at most gonna kill like 2 people, and in your dream can't even kill a target.
It's you know, people talk a lot about like the mental fortitude that's required from making a comeback happen when you lose really badly. I think it's actually sometimes harder to like win the next game after you win a really like big draining emotionally game.
Especially off LAN.
there.
Like sometimes on LAN
Yeah.
you have that like really big crowd pump and stuff like that. But off LAN it's just like you and your boys and you're like, yeah man, we totally shouldn't have won that game. But we did.
Right. And then you like get your foot off the gas. You're like, we did it. We were able to do it. Like that's not the objective. The objective is the series. And winning that one game is great and it feels amazing and that's wonderful. But like the mental fortitude, it's a different type of thing.
Yeah, I do think that Geek Fam are just the better team. In all 3 games, I've consistently seen Geek Fam have been winning lanes like resoundingly, and it's not just based off of draft. It seems to be they're just mechanically superior to T1.
Right now they are chilling in their base, but we got the Radiance. A little bit later than we've seen in previous Alks, but you know, these things happen.
This is like my Radiance timing.
Actually, mine comes like, guys, don't worry, we're gonna get there. Just you keep the positivity going in the pub.
Let me get the bracer real quick. It'll help me finish it.
Drop in the tree, ready to go for the spear. Round 2. Oh, that. Well, he hit the tree. Jump in now, find the Phoenix dead at the start, stunned, muted, feeling bad. That is too much damage. They actually jump in with the buyback, but they're gonna blow up the egg. No answer at all. Carl finds the kill onto Alka again, and GG is gonna be called. 24 minutes, 24,000 gold lead. Geek Fam able to finish.
It was a very, very sexy victory for them in game 2, and entirely deserved. And it shows that, at the minimum, they have teamfight coordination, but there's... They're all friends. It's all friendly.
Dire are scanning.
Trust me, I know how to
Radiant's
handle
middle
such
tower
power.
is under attack.
Illusion.
Although, I fly, trying to get the balanced strike out, unable to do so with the cold snap on him.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Arrow short range. Now they
Radiant's
jump
turret
over,
has been
fly
killed.
nearby. Icarus dive over and fly finds his promise swing away. They get the courier kill. Emo coming through the breed fire. They brought over the centaur, so there's for opportunities as there's the Chronosphere coming in onto this Dragon Knight. Scatterblast hits onto the Beastmaster, but not a lot of damage done to Emo with Chronosphere, and this is, I mean, really what you wanted to use already used by Aster. If they get anything out of this, they go over to JT Combo Roar. Things have not turned into any kills just yet as the Sunray from Fade. It's 3. He just out of range. Three-man stun in Starstorm. They try to survive on the side of IG, but they end up losing this. So through Wi-Fi, the bashes are coming through from SCC. They've got the Scatterblast to get the kill. The dash on Emo. Could this be a third eye? With the Chronosphere used so poorly, not poorly, but I mean, didn't gain anything. I'm surprised they get away with 3 kills here and nobody died. But this is only level 5 Monkey King, so there was no Wukong's command throughout that fight.
Time is money.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I will say though, the fight down bottom that Aster and winning slows down the momentum of IG at least a little bit, which is good with this greedy lineup that they've got. TPs are available for Phoenix and Snapfire. They both have their ults. They'll pop the Elder Dragon form. Sentry will place down by JT. Got his Hawk in but not under the tower. They're coming over. Acid, proper roar. Don't send anybody with a TP. They got a couple of heroes right now. Boker now ends up dead, but the Supernova down to get the kill on the Ollie. They'll use the Stampede and catch up to Emo or GT. That was
Radiant's
a lot
bottom
of commitment
tower
from
is under
Master.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Chronosphere Sunstrike can get bashes, just needs one more balance strike, but
I have seen the future.
do enough. Oh, yeah, that's him alive, because. Ow. I wish it would tell you, just like where the kill feed is, so and so pop the glyph. I feel like that also gives opportunity for a lot of a blame game if you're the one who goes too early. It happened to me today. Until they get to the racks, don't glyph. Glyph. Who glyphed? Nobody says anything. It's the most quiet a Dota game's ever been. But I would love to see just them game. You know? They used glyph. Because that saved his life right there. That's when you take credit on. Helps get the kill that helps move the Faceless Void towards level 10 as well as getting into the Maelstrom. Juan, he's going in Spirit Vessel, and that means, well, whoa. He's going Spirit Vessel. There's 2 urns on this team. Okay.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, Juan's got an urn. Phoenix has.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower
The last time
is
we
under
saw
attack.
a Spirit Vessel
Dire's
holder,
top tower has
Funka,
fallen.
with a Phoenix. The Phoenix just went Midas into a Radiance, but this time they both went Urn. I'm shocked at the lack of communication. Both? Somebody should have said something. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, Shadow holds the Hook Stomp. Get on top of JT, but now the Elder Dragon used. They're trying to turn this around. They've already used the Stampede, so the disadvantage is longer there, but they've got the Cold Snap as well as the Tornado on Emo. Mortimer's Kiss is very early on that trigger from Bobica. Stampede and Mortimer's Kiss is down. Was actually nowhere near the fight for the moment, but now they look over as the Chain Frost bouncing around. We'll see if it does enough damage. He is going to Supernova now and will. It's not the Primal Roar out on accident test to get the kill to finish the gaze. Locks up SCCC, and now they'll find themselves a kill onto Ollie. Schwan gets the kill to 1-for-1. However, I would say Radiant kind of get away with it there.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Time is money.
What's the price of admission here?
I'll take that.
Feels like we don't see Medallion that much. Ooh! Fire Snap Cookie right on the mark. Oh, but well done. Fire going for the Ags. So who? I guess it's the Void, right? Spit the Void onto them and then right into the Chrono.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Okay. You gobble and then you spin. Gobbling is the action of eating, and then spitting is the action of spitting. And Link Post Stomp coming through, double edge out onto Jade. Stun Strike flies in. The damage is in there. Now they're going to come over as well to Wukong's command. But Winter's used again. Bobuka is so loose on the trigger, but this time at least it gets on the kill. Up again, and goals to survive for now, but the tornado. Aka. Ended up selling that urn, by the way. Still fanned by Roche. They're about to have this medallion on Piranha, and then KT has them. Oh, Necro's on cooldown. Blast. Posture nearby.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Good job, Bakaka, to get out of them. Oh. They were gonna jump DCC, but Dragon Tail off as he's not in the Elder Dragon form. Because they keep towards top. However, they don't get either outpost. So that experience still goes the way of Dire, despite they got that kill on the Monkey King.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Almost
attack.
finished the
Radiant are scanning.
and came in and out SCC. The Yules of Dragon Fire Snap, chain cross comes, bounces over Boca, and with the Sinister get the kill with the freaking hook stop as well. Pieces doing a lot of damage on these heroes. Going on Ollie, the look over JT. Primal Roar out onto the Centaur. Scatterblast hits on the Emo. Do they have the damage to refute these heroes as they lost themselves? The Phoenix to both faces Void. The Wukong Command Fire Snap Cookie not going to beat up. The Balance Strike is there, taking out Xuan and looking over XS. See if he goes into the tree, jukes up, but the Dragon Tail there and red. Pretty typical, will take a while, but eventually he'll fall.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Regeneration.
Wait for it to come over right now. I don't think he can get there with the Chronosphere.
Your shards has fallen to the Dire. Dire's middle tower is under
And
attack.
we've got Aegis into the hands. Monkey King here that they were able to take out a couple of times here for Aster. Looks not gets on the top, but they don't sinister gaze the spot that they want to be in. However, they have isolated Emo. Emo's not alone with the Aegis. They should be able to get the kill on the DK. But they say that he walks away. Tornado comes in, Chronosphere out on the two. Take out Emo. They'll look over at AT. Damage the Banshees and Scatterblast, the Chain Frost. Not enough, and now Fly, he's still kind of the balance strike. The Chain Frost puts him back at full health. The Chain Frost looks not to disrupt the fun of Aster. And now Fire Stab Cookie. That'll be one life gone. Supernova, is the timing right? They've got a West, but no! Kaka gets the kill on a fade. They're unable to stop the Mirage from taking the egg. They get the kill on SCCC. They fall back on a couple with the two-man hook stop as well as the Scatterblast on two. Down goes Fly and Ollie. And all of a sudden, this feels like a much better fight despite the loss of the Faceless Void here for Aster. Wow.
Shadows take us.
Dire's middle tower is
Only
under
two
attack.
components away from grabbing that Ags here for Snapfire, as well as Invoker.
Invisibility.
I'm telling you, they can hear you. Stop, Mortimer's kisses, and down goes Fly.
You obviously haven't heard of me. Guess I've been gone too long.
So use the Stampede on that. You just see the combination of Bobica with his Ags. 650 gold away from having the gobble.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Aka, he's going fully into that Solar Crest. He's helped 3,000 gold. He's actually almost got as much net worth as the Invoker, surprisingly enough. Juan taking a big back seat of these three cores.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
penny.
One over mid.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Strike, spots out, fly, good job. Sunray on top, but escapes.
Dire's structures are fortified.
There from
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has been denied.
keep that on the sword. Wow, that is a lot of attack speed. Look over, goes out onto Bobica. Kong's command, but nobody within it. On the side, fast BKB's bounce strike coming in. Fade's already dead, so this is looking like after one of distance. They've got the arrow out onto the face of the void. They look over at Bobica. They've got the kill there, and now they'll take out SC.
Five seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
TNC
Radiant
Predators
team
turn
ban.
to ban. TNC Predators
Radiant
turn
team
to
ban.
ban. TNC Predators turn to ban.
Radiant team ban.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back yet again. We're here for the BTS Pro Series. It is our second series of the day, and it is
TNC
sports facing off against
turn to
Predator.
ban.
Lyrical joined as well by the wonderful Nami. How you feeling, my man?
Radiant team pick.
Excited. As per you. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got. What's the scores of these two
TNC
teams?
Predators turn.
Dusk.
Boom is 0-1, TNC 1-0, TNC beat CR, which is that
That
the name?
is, yeah. Apparently it stands for like chicken rice or something.
Oh right, yeah. It's like Chicken Racers, I think.
No, it's a different one.
Oh. What am I
So
thinking
this
of?
is, you're thinking of the, I think, CIS team.
Chicken Fighters. That's what I'm thinking.
Chicken
of.
Fighters.
Yeah.
10 seconds
Yes.
remaining.
So this one, it's not been released CR especially, but it's the Mushi
5
Ohio
seconds
stack.
remaining.
3/5 of IO Dota for that team.
IO Dota 2?
It was a team for like little while, but basically it's Mushi, Ohio, and Ben-Hur,
Yeah.
and then a couple other folks.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right. Yeah, and they got 2-0'd. I can't put too much stock into that result. I don't know how good they are, so I don't really know if we'll count that one. And Boom got 2-0'd by Reality Rift, and Reality Rift have been on the come up, so that seems reasonable. Boom have also been, up and down. They showed up at the Starladder Minor, so technically they have the most recent LAN experience out of any of these
Radiant's
teams.
team banned.
Not wrong for this season. As weird as that is to say. Real quickly, before we get too far into the draft, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Monster, us energized throughout these late evenings. Neil got his right there. I've got mine right here, as well as their hammock back behind. Houses all
10 seconds remaining.
crushed it. And then also, of course, Loose.bet, the official
5
betting
seconds remaining.
BTS Pro Series. Odds right beforehand of what like between definitely coming in as the
Predators
favorites.
turn to ban.
But Boom, they're no slouch. They're a solid team as well.
I agree with that. If the first series is going to be any indication, it will be heavily dependent on drafts, despite the fact that I did think that GeekFam were the better team over T1. There was definitely this is really the first few set of matches that I've watched with 4 first phase bans, and so I've not been paying too much attention to the ESL LA, but it definitely seems like there is a strong impact on drafts, and I have heard some interviews saying that the laning phase is exceptionally important, which I feel like people say that a lot. It's either the laning phase is irrelevant or the laning phase decides the whole game. There seems to be no middle
Right.
ground where the laning phase is just sometimes important but sometimes not. It's either critical or utterly irrelevant. So apparently right now we're on the side of the pendulum where laning phase is everything. And so unsurprisingly that means that draft is even more important because there's less time to make mistakes if you don't even have the heroes capable of winning a lane.
And
10
picking those heroes
seconds
that
remaining.
can go anywhere, any
Yeah.
lane, that becomes that much more valuable.
5 seconds remaining.
Sometimes you can out-thunk yourself and then suddenly side of a thumping. That the thunk.
I got it. It's pretty good.
The cool thing that I'm seeing here from TNC, I saw this a couple of times, was the Ember Spirit combo together with a Coddle, getting out those double slight. It's pretty nifty. I like it a lot. But I don't remember if I think they lost. I think that was a miracle game for Spirit and got a little bit. Regardless, it happens.
Yeah, even in the laning phase, it's pretty good. You can oftentimes get double chains, although Chakra did get nerfed. It's 1 second less, I believe, as of 7.25B. I think it used to be 4, 5, 6, 7, and now 5, 6, but it's still very substantial. So strong lane, strong mid to late game potential. Definitely very, very difficult to push high ground against.
TNC
Especially
Predators
Put
turn
another Snapfire in the mix. So like what I'm seeing from TNC, and then for Boom, Tusk just seems to be. So were you saying that Tusk was kind of regionally specific to SEA, or is just on the come up in general?
I think he's just in.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah. Which again, my justification was that the numbers of 4 positions who can kind of very easily rotate mid with basically being level 2 is a pretty short list right now, because Earth Spirit is just kind of he was the main hero who was able to do that. And Shaker is also kind of irrelevant right now.
I mean, he hasn't really
10 seconds remaining.
that many
That's true.
rotations mid. It's mainly
5
Yeah.
seconds
Run in there with-
remaining.
And with Curse or Shadow Demon, tag team is definitely very, very effective. Disruption will have your illusions hitting you with tag team, and so the slow will be maintained, and then a Baden Curse debuff will definitely. I guess that is mainly the name of the game, is the lane dominant. That's a hero that I don't see.
dead build. Yeah.
We have an alliance.
Anybody
on
still
our
playing that
hands.
game? Yeah, the alliance.
So what are the heroes involved in this alliance?
Abba, Shadow Demon, and Drow Ranger.
Drow's
They got one more.
undead?
10
Yeah, if they
seconds
do
remaining.
one more, then I don't know if it's called it anymore. It's minus armor one. More though.
seconds.
Oh, that's
than,
Hunter, I think. Or
no, not Hunter.
Team
No,
back.
Hunter is part of it, but it's the minus armor one. Hunter gives you bonus attack speed,
oh, that's right.
triple shot, or they get minus.
Wow. A free Desolator for everyone on the team? Pick Undying. Undying has to be Undying.
Game, dude, get out of here. You're
What,
an
Undying's
Underlord
not
scrub.
Underlords? Are you serious?
10
That seems like such
His
an
tombstone
obvious...
is.
Oh, okay. Seems like such an obvious
Tier
addition.
5 item.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, you know
Well,
your Underlords.
I've played a lot of it. I've been playing a lot recently.
they
I don't have
just-
enough time to like get a full game of Dota in if I'm like trying to do overlays and stuff, so I just play quick on.
Didn't they just patch it like today or something, or yesterday or something like that? They like added more stuff. City crawl. I should know this stuff.
Probably.
I did the launch
TNC
event for that
Predators
game.
Turned Templar Assassin.
My job was to be the resident. Boy, did I. This. This is a strong brain power from Boom, though. I can kind of see what they're going for here. I'm still kind of skeptical about what Drow Ranger's strength is in the
seconds
current
remaining.
meta. I know that whenever Multishot first came
5
into
seconds
play,
remaining.
she was a force to be reckoned with, but then once it became that you could only carry one neutral item, you suddenly couldn't lump all of your net worth onto a Drow Ranger who had like half of what her damage should have been based off of her gold, that she kind of fell off. So that's where I put her right now, is that like a kind of like a pub carry, that if your team is capable of enabling her, then sure, you could win, but I don't think she does anything special that is that much better than anyone else. Maybe it's some sort of combo with tag team. I don't think multi-shot would work with tag. Sure, but that's the only thing I can think of.
I think,
It's possible.
yeah, I think it does.
Okay, because it does count as an instant attack, and I think all instant is flak cannon.
I mean, to be honest though, like one of the other strengths you talk about, like the frost arrows and lane engage with the tusk. If it goes to that lane, they're gonna have a tough time. Get like an orbital tusk gonna blake. Go for it. That could be an option for like in a pretty quick. And the other thing is that just in general, Drow a very weak laner, but if you can get through that weak lane, things maybe can pull away a little bit better. Tusk is that hero that bouncer at the club, you know? You're trying to get into the club of diving towers, he's gonna get you out of there.
Yeah, but Centaur's like an even bigger bouncer. So
You know, people reminded me, Heartless. Heartless was what it was. That's
okay.
the
so
minus armor.
is Necrophos heartless?
Yes,
all right,
Necro
then.
is Heartless. So is Pudge. Last one is
Okay. Well, wait, if TA is in the game,
You may
I
now
don't know what
select your hero.
alliances she is, but
he's an assassin and valiant. Cares with Drower. Enough
There
about
you
that
go.
though. They got a Lycan.
yeah, 22nd pick Lycan. I'm pretty sure Lycan was first phase banned almost every single game of the previous series, so very surprised to
How did
see.
that happen?
I am just as surprised as you are here. I see tough times ahead for a Templar Assassin and a Drow Ranger. You have two heroes three heroes who are insanely good at closing gaps. Lycan, Centaur, and Ember are fully capable of converging onto these squishy ranged heroes who like to keep distance. And I don't really think, I mean, you do have a fair amount of banishes. You've got the Snowball, and you've got the Disruption, and Abaddon Aphotic Shield is also pretty good, but I feel like all of that not enough. 3 heroes on TNC who just stay on you.
No, it's gonna be really hard for Dreamos damage. They're just gonna run at them.
Also,
Life is gonna be
according to the wiki, it even specifically says, despite the appearance, Multishot does not use instant attacks. So that means that Multishot can't.
okay. Let's hop into this game now, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 of Boom Esports facing off against Predator. I no longer have to look at our ugly mug. Ugly mug of no Centaur. Wearing a weird
where's
mask
the
thing.
mug? I don't see much of a mug on that.
There. After the draft, it's looking odds still a little bit into the favor of TNC Predator. Are you feeling like that's about right? The 1.56 feel pretty even?
It only
Like
feels even just because TNC has not been good recently.
Well, you put a caveat in on there. They played good the other day, but in like the lead up to the major, you mean?
Yeah, I mean, like, they have fallen off of a cliff from the beginning of the season. That's like unarguable. But Boom has kind of been on the come up. Like I said, they showed up at the minor, and so based off of very, very recent performances, I think it's a fair assessment. But based off of like historical performances, I think that the players on TNC are better than the players on Boom. But whatever the case, the teams right now are fairly even, which maybe it's just props to the Southeast Asia region. Love your team, Dreamacell, is what Armel says. So I mean,
that's sort of like a backhanded compliment, right? Like, I love your team. I don't love you. I love your team. You guys know what I'm saying?
The other 4 players are great. Just wanted to let you know specifically.
The hell is that? That's I like that one. Mel.
He really knows how to twist the knife.
I think that this is the face of somebody that he said when he was typing that in. That was what his face looked like right there.
A big frown.
Definitely. Frowner. He remade his Twitter, but his Twitter Armel Handsome. At Armel Handsome. And then they remade it to like TNC Armel. Like that now.
That's no fun.
I know, I want him to go back to Armel days.
I feel like when the handles show a little bit of person. Miracle with 5 E's.
Yeah, exactly. You know that somebody is gonna come in and be a fake Miracle and or
Gotta get verified. Gotta become a real good player and get verified on Twitter.
Well, early movements out. Looks like a lot of heroes from. Oh right, but I should mention, this was the same thing as. Wait, what? Hold on a minute. They have Febby standing in? Why did I not see this earlier?
Oh yeah, Febby's standing in.
Yeah, the other day they had him stand in for Tim's. Wait, what? What's happening? Am I crazy? Am I insane?
Oh my god.
What happened?
So there's this. Keep your camera on the mid-tier one because I'm gonna explain what happened. Basically, there was a wolf running around here, right? And he was trying to do the same thing to figure out if there was an observer ward, and if the wolf tanked a tower shot, then there would have been an observer. So Makoto, on a Templar Assassin, put down his observer ward right here in the trees and then walked out to make it seem like, oh, I placed it. And then the wolf walked in here and killed the ward on the ground.
You should get gold for that. I feel like you should.
Yeah, you
get
should
gold for that.
actually. But yes, now they're one more down, and now a big fight, and the blinding light always wins.
Done. Follow up, hide, and trouble. He goes down. First blood drawn by KP. They have 4 stacks up on him though. Kezcute's gonna do a ton of damage to these guys. Is enough to get the kill. Dreamocell picks it up, not bad at all. So Kezcute's gonna go down, but got a return kill on the Centaur at least. So I just looked it up right now. A second ago, TNC Predator tweeted out, last minute update, Febby will stand in for March for today's match. So that's what's happening.
Okay.
The other day he stood in for Tim's. Today he's standing in.
What a flexible player. Shout out to facebook.com/whatever it is, because he streams on Facebook now, doesn't he?
I don't.
Really? I thought he moved to Facebook. Oh, never mind then. Whatever the case. Febby ducks in the chat then, whatever it is. And a very intense fight. Three heroes go down, but First Blood does go the way of Dire, so I think they're pretty thrilled with that. Anything to make sure that this Drow Ranger can't get ahead. And we talked about the presence of there being a bouncer during like tower pushes, but right now Centaur is the bouncer during the laning phase, and he doesn't have Retaliate up yet, but once he does, then Drow Ranger's not going to be able to harass him, or at least it's not going to be worth Drow Ranger harassing a double ringer protection Centaur.
Yeah, but this time right now is like free and clear, easy harassment. This is great.
It's a bit of a shame that KP had to skill up Hoof Stomp. I still agree with the decision to get the First Blood, but now you see the disadvantage is that you're just not as intimidating.
And it's gonna be a little while. Look like he's gonna maybe be able to get level 2 here, although banishment, imprisonment, building up the stacks. Dreamcell gonna try and slow him down. There.
I think he just wanted to do something with the fact that they had level 2 and TNC had not had level 2 on these two heroes, but multi-shot's not really enough right now.
God, did Makoto just miss uphill? He missed uphill like 1 Fortunate. Happens. What's the demarcation line for uphill versus downhill? Is that first step there?
Yeah, it's the first step, because that's the point at which you get Fog of War. Blaine?
Taking some punishment, trying to go for a body block with the wolf. No, gonna happen. Hyde still chasing. Time Draw Ranger ends up actually going down.
I'm not sure what she was doing there, because Shadow Demon's pulling the wave, so there's no reason why she should be in the middle of the lane like that. She's got her Bazzy ring delivered. Wow, a lot of mana regen. Oh wait, did he bring one of the clarities? Wait, what? Why are there 2 separate clarities?
Assuming one of them is Kez.
That's what I thought, but I thought
yes.
If you hover over it, it like tells you owned by this person.
See, I mean, weird stuff happens.
I've been intrigued by the rise of Bazzy Ring. I had mentioned it in previous series that it seems to be like a common thing for people laning with Faceless Void to build Bazzy Ring. It doesn't seem that great. For Shadow Demon, I suppose, because he's going to be spamming out Shadow Poison so he can benefit. Carries these days don't really spam spells that much. So I'm surprised that Bazzy is still being proven to be that popular, because that's all it is. It's just the mana regen. No more armor, no more damage, no more any of that. So I'm curious why it's so popular.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely nice to have with that Shadow Demon like you're talking about. And I guess Drow is one of the heroes that you spamming spells out.
Yeah.
Play shot. One of the main nerfs to it was adding extra mana costs on it. And actually, Dreamocell might just find the kill here onto Tim's in a second. Play shot afterwards. Doesn't want to quite use it. Throws it out now, and not going to be in. Good job there by KP to tank up some of that.
He's so double ring of protection and 15 stick charges. Kescute just keeps spamming this poison right in the vision of everyone. But it's gonna force Tim's back to base.
Nice though, he gets the 5th stack. That's a big increase in damage there. 100 HP right now. That hurts.
It's plenty of space for Dream. Him dying early on, definitely a bit of a setback, but he's doing relatively okay. Keeping up with the Abaddon.
Top lane. Ball. Gets the bounty. Easy as pie. FBZ moving in. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit dies mid lane. Makoto.
Wow.
Able to get that kill with just some Psyblade.
Dire's top tower
Right there. I guess also a trap. But.
Yeah, I guess it must have been a trap, but that's like a... Oh, Febby dies as well. Like, Rune fight going quite poorly. They miss the blinding light, the snowball comes out first, and yeah, there goes the... That's, that shouldn't happen. You should definitely, like, okay, so now Ember Spirit has 2 sentry wards, but he should have already had sentries. He should really not be dying like that. That's a bit of a shame for RML.
Tough time. Bottom lane, they're gonna go in again now, trying to find Dreamocell. Good imprisonment. That's gonna keep him alive for the moment. Still moving in. KP.
Damage.
Oh, needs one more punch. Dodge through the back wire. Dreamocell, you god! Oh, what a player. Although Febby tries to get the finish, isn't quite gonna be there. Dude, Dreamocell's gonna have another multi-shot. He's gonna try and throw that out there in a second. No, he's not. Still. Get the kill onto KP. Will find the return kill onto Kescute, but would have loved to get that Drow.
Yeah, and then Hyde comes in, TP's in with a salve, so Dreamocell doesn't even have to waste too much time regenning. So I mean, this is the hardest part of a game as a Drow Ranger. Usually, this game is going to stay hard because there are so many heroes that can continue to jump on her. But still, the laning phase kind of determines her kind of like farming curve, so to speak. And if you can get past this early part, or maybe even get kills with more engagement coming down bot.
Tag team, good blinding light pushback. They're going to be able to find the stomp, making a little bit of extra space to try and get Tim's away alive. He'll eventually die. Febby now. Get ran down, multi-shot. He is out. The punish is going to be there. Bring down the coddle.
I'm surprised that he chakra'd the centaur. I feel like if he had chakra'd himself and getting one more blinding light off, he would survive. Kesku popped the shadow poison to finish off the Snapfire, so he lost 2 of the stacks and had to start from 0 again. But yeah, whatever the case. Shadow Demon proving to be very, very strong. I can see why the hero is so popular in other regions. I don't know if it was banned out in our first series, but yeah, Centaur, again, another hero. Typically I see them together, the Shadow Demon and Centaur. Very strong in their own symbol.
Oh my god, hide. Getting out of there. Makoto's nearby, drops down the shards.
Traps? No traps?
There they pop it.
Oh, the Manta-style illusion rune.
I like it. Imprisonment, though. Now the walkaway. They're just getting out of here. Sec. All right, they're taking a second. They needed a moment there.
Yeah, the other thing that I've not been able to see too much of since I haven't been watching closely is I'm curious to see illusion rune plays.
Right.
I've had it happen to me in many of my games, and I'm like, how did he take off my silence? And I just value bottling of illusion runes, and so that's something that I'm very excited to see moving forward in competitive Dota.
Happen. I think that they might have spotted with the tusk there as well. Being dropped down on the high ground to get vision for him. As they snowball in, they found KP yet again. It's already been used, so he is going to escape. Not really having the greatest of early games. Still think that their lineup is like amazing.
Yeah.
With this Lycan coming on later against the Drow, like I don't know what she's gonna do against that, but if she gets out to a pretty hot start here and keeps the farm up, maybe be able to like I don't know, go Ags Maelstrom or something, tear up all those.
Yeah, it'll be curious to see what her approach is. Either you kind of like stay very, very far and move speed stuff, or just like get a bunch of armor and just decide to tank through all of it.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Primus house's work cut out from this.
Really picked up from Makoto. Chase down Tim's a little bit here. Gets a couple side blade hits off, but does not want to push the tempo too much further out there. We're getting close to the 10-minute mark where homes pop up as well as outposts can be very important, and ready start to head that direction towards the outpost. Simultaneously, TNC are kind of taking over the side of the map.
Dire's top tower
Trade-off
is under
there.
attack.
Not really fight over them, just let both of them go, and then proceed to take both tier 1s, although Boomer kind of beating TNC to the punch here. Granted, Gabby does have a Necro book, so they can push very, very fast, and they can maybe kill Kesku. Ah, nice attempt blinding light into the hoof stomp, but not quite. And they're just gonna trade tier 1 towers, trade outposts, trade tier 1 towers. Everyone's just doing their own thing.
I think that's pretty normal right now. Like, sort of early goings, it's hard to take that fight, particularly before level 6s come up. Hyde is gonna get pummeled, punched, killed off. Armel always had the stampede behind enemy lines. Makoto trying to take some of this stack here. FBZ takes a ton of damage. Is actually gonna force out the ulti. Almost gets the silence. One chase down. He doesn't have any more remnants. Armel gets killed. Dude, Makoto going blink first. Nice stuff.
I think more than any other region, I see Blink first TAs in Southeast Asia, and I see Deso first TAs in Europe. Like, generally, that's the trend, and that's why I always like watching Southeast Asia TAs more, because the Blink is just so much more fun. And yeah, picks up a quick kill. It almost didn't happen because FBZ, if he had gotten one more attack off, he would have been able to get the silence off on the Ember, and that remnant wouldn't have come out, period. But he gets one remnant away, but TA gets the blink delivered, immediately jumps onto the Ember Spirit and gets a sweet kill.
I'll say it, you know, the other day we watched Boom and Makoto did not look particularly good. I'm really happy that they're putting him on a hero that he's comfortable on, feels solid with, and is playing a lot better today than he did yesterday. FBZ ulti coming off cooldown right there. They get the banishment. Lycan stun comes out there by virtue of the Snapfire snowball running in. He's just gonna be able to get out of there, decides to turn back around, take down Hyde. Now Gabby just saunters away.
Meanwhile, Templar Assassin solo kills a Centaur with a Vanguard?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
I have no idea how he managed to pull that one off.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, and maxed out Retaliate. I have no idea how he managed to do that.
Kodo, I was saying, playing a lot better today.
Yes, he's level 13. Oh my god.
Yeah. He is out of control right now. Although he can't afford to give up a death right now. With all this lead that he's been building up, you can't go down right now. Kodo in some trouble. They try and turn it to sleep. The finish, they take him down. That is a lot of gold to all of the side of TNC. Now they're going to try and punish them even further if they can. FBZ forced to pop borrowed time and then just run away.
Yeah, I think even if I don't think he was expecting FBZ to come in with the aphotic shield, so he just kind of accepted his fate. But he may have been able to run out, although it's possible that the Will-O-Wisp would have finished him off anyway. But yeah, that's a bit of a setback after just freshly praising him. And now more combat.
Oh, he's still the snowball. Nice dodge there, the stun. Oh, Dreamo Cell shows up. Look at the damage coming up in the multi-shot. The Roots gonna be able to control them for the moment. Do they have another snowball? Still 10 seconds away, but Armel is slowed. No more remnants. He does have 15 sick charges. The silence is gonna land. The slow is there. Febby trying to keep his core alive, but it ain't gonna happen as they take them down again.
Lycan takes all of his units to go farm with him. I thought he could have used some of them to body block because this Ember Spirit was, I mean, he may have been able to walk out, but instead, Gabby just wants to farm with all of his units, and now they may lose a tier 1 the other way, as it is a almost maxed out Curse of Avernus. And with a Drow Ranger here, although Snapfire ulti and Lycan ulti.
Running in, silence pushback. That's only going to stop the wolf for a moment. The snowball save is good, but it's not going to be enough as they are going to beat her down, eat her up. Dreamo Cell in the grave. I mean,
that's just gonna keep.
There's only so much you can do. Yeah.
And he's going for the pike, which I think you have to do. But even that's not gonna help that much because you may be able to pike one Lycan hero away, and he'll quickly run and finish the gap. Meanwhile, the rest of his units will continue barraging you with damage.
Well, and the biggest thing is that like the timing that you have to actually punish this, it's still really like such a low cooldown.
I know.
And this is just level 1. Like you're gonna trim another 15 seconds off of it at each level. Like the fact that it's just gonna kind of constantly be up, it's really hard to deal with.
Yeah, the buff to the uptime was also pretty significant. Having 22 seconds, that was the buff at 7.25. 18 to 22 seconds. 4 seconds makes a world of difference in a Dota team fight.
KP has an inkling that something could be going on here as they take down Roshan. Important timing there, as that is going to be about when Kodo finishes off his Deso.
So they decided to give it to the Templar Assassin. I thought, so the two alternatives is you give it to the Drow Ranger and it's like a farming Aegis that she can, I guess, move a little bit more into the dire half of the map or like farm lanes more brazenly. But instead they're going to give it to the Templar Assassin, which you need to like make something very useful at this. Once Makoto finishes the Desolator, which is in 100 gold, 50 gold, now with all the bounty runes, then you need to like start going all over the map, because if you're not going to give it to Drow Ranger, then you need to make space for her just by getting kills.
The way to make it happen, it's going to be Abs or an Abba Aghanim 7. In?
I don't think the fight will last long enough to be useful. Because like you're like all of TNC are just gonna jump on this Drow Ranger. They have nothing better to do, and so it's really just there to save the Drow Ranger. Because I mean, no one else is gonna be tanking attacks, so.
It could be cool. We'll see how it works. I mean, I guess the thing about it is that it means that like the fight is gonna last at least that 5 to 6 seconds of duration. Because I think with the Ags, you probably don't manage to kill Boom. I think.
I think you'll still manage to kill the Drow Ranger. I don't think it'll last the full borrow time. Because, well, for one thing, it's only a level 1 miscoil right now, so even that's going to take a while to come online. He needs to find the experience, but he's probably not going to finish the Aghanim Scepter before it comes online anyway. It's just, I don't know. And then he needs to like stay next to the Drow Ranger because the AoE is 16. Okay, never mind. 1600 range is pretty generous actually. But yeah, you have to take more than 525 damage. And right now Drow has 1420 HP. So she's gonna get like 4 mist coils tops. We'll see.
Yeah, the later talent could be useful in it as well. But it's definitely something where like it's just it feels like they're doing whatever they possibly can to try and keep her alive. Yeah. That's the name of the game. And of course the TA as well. So rooted, FBZ taking a lot of damage there. They get the hoof stomp off. It's gonna be find the walk away, and they get out. Chase come out. Armel is there. Around a methodic shield, running, trying to hide. Hyde is there. Speaking of which, he has the snowball save if necessary. Dreamo Cell getting gobbled up by all those little minions, and they do manage to hit a giant will-o-wisp as they blow up Dreamo Cell. They take down Hyde. Makoto just trying to make anything happen, but E2 will die. That is a 5 for nothing.
Not gonna be able to dagger out. It's on cooldown.
Unreal.
There were all of these little TA traps peppering the lane as like their plan to escape, and then Centaur just stampedes, plows through all of them. Lycan comes in as well.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I don't know. This is an outdraft.
I don't understand how you can get Lycan 10th pick.
Yeah. After picking Drow Ranger also.
Yeah.
I'm curious what their bans were now, because I wasn't really paying attention to their last phase bans. Because I assume that if you're going to pick a Drow Ranger, then you've probably banned the important counters.
Better not fall off.
But it can slip through, and it's just going to get worse and worse. Level 3 Necrobook completed. I don't even think he needs to go for a BKB, because there's nothing stopping him from going onto a Drow Ranger. Everything that is involved in saving her is all defensive. There are no offensive stuns to slow down this Lycan really.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Sanjin Yasha Halberd, or Sanjin Yasha Satanic, but actually the Halberd is probably better, right? Like you just Halberd one of those, you'll keep the status resist.
Exactly.
Go stats resist. It's awesome. Maybe there's a chance with FBZ Aghanims. Like it's one of those things where it's like I haven't seen enough of it to know if there's like any like validity to it being a really like a game changer. On its face, it doesn't seem like there would it would be much of a game changer, but maybe it is and we're underrating it just because I haven't seen enough. No?
Yeah, contextually, whenever I see it be successful, it's always whenever there's like a lot of team fight AoE, like in the game that we saw with the Naga Siren combo. That would have been great because it's like 4 heroes constantly taking damage, and you can't quite finish them off because you don't have enough burst. But typically, I don't see it used for single target purposes in FBZ. Not get cookied, but will get killed by the rest of TNC. Well, he's gonna make him work for it.
Got some fancy footwork here. His team is not coming to help though. His team is like, nah, dude, that one's on you.
I mean, you can't. Whenever Centaur has Stampede, like anywhere within like a 1600 radius is a danger territory. You're not going to be able to outrun this dire team.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Take over this outpost, and well, this is a story that we've seen before. Boom,
is under attack.
Pushing along the top lane. Armel spots out Tusk.
They're going to get both outposts.
Punch him. Punch him. Yeah, that is pretty good for TNC.
Oh, nice luck. He gets the chains onto the Tusk and none of the creeps. All right, so tower goes down, both outposts claimed, and you kill the Tusk.
Woo! Rough stuff. TNC looking super solid.
Yep.
Bebby coming in 2 days in a row. You know, he plays one day on the position 4, comes in now playing position 5. I'm sure instructing the team what to do. Feels like they're having a lot of fun playing this game.
It does seem that way, yeah. I mean, it's a fun draft. It's very fun when like no one has to build defensive items. Everyone gets to build fun items. Armel goes to Radiance after the Blade Mail. Lycan, like I said, he's not going to have to build a BKB. Instead, Necrobook 3 into Halberd. Centaur surprisingly is not going to blink. Instead, it looks like he's also going to be going for a halberd. Is there a Sage being delivered? Yeah, there's a Sage being delivered. So even if the Drow Ranger is not killed, she's still not going to be doing any damage because she's just going to be disarmed the entire time.
And they're trying to split push the best of their abilities, but this is a Lycan with Necrobook level 3. Armel is there, gonna slowly burn down with the Radiance, and man, FPZ is just, he is hurting. They pop the ultimate, there's gonna be the Will-O-Wisp, and FPZ, the ulti wears off. Run-in Snapfire ulti is down as well. Armel just does not really care, although he might need to. Jump away, tries to run, tries to hide. Is he gonna be able to get out of there, cookie everything? And guess what, this man, he's got a regen run afterwards. Pie for Mr. Handsome Armel. Pops it, ready to run back in if he wants to. They take down first racks of the game.
I'm surprised they committed so heavily for an Abaddon. After borrowed time has popped, like, what is he really gonna do?
I mean, they killed him.
They did kill him, but they didn't kill the melee racks, and I think that's marginally more valuable. Especially since this Abaddon is only level 13. Yeah, whatever the case, it's such a massive lead for TNC right now. And Drow Ranger managed to complete her Pike and her Yasha, but the Manta style is not going to help her unless she has like some sick stop dodge. Aside from that, it's not going to do a whole lot as Shadow Demon goes down.
Armel, he's pissed about his early game. He's like, you guys gonna run at me mid? I'll show you. Think about that.
I love the lawnmower build on Ember. Farms so fast.
Taking all his away though. Farmed. He's there, but hey, guess who's back? Coddle.
You have been denied.
This is what I was talking about. This chakra magic with Ember build, like so disgustingly good.
And that didn't get affected by the nerf because it's still 6-second cooldown reduction, so you could instantly double slate.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
1,000 gold lead, ready to go for another round. Odo is just off and away farming. Managed to clear through a stack there, but it just, I don't see a point in the game where it gets easier for Boom. I don't know what items they get that make this like game feel better.
The only way that they come back into it is if TNC stop 5-manning and they start getting picks on like the Ember Spirit who may be farming on some side lane. Because they have a good team at picking. You have the Tusk, the TA, and a Drow Silence. You're definitely capable of getting some cheeky kills.
And Makoto, he's trying. Oh, yeah. They're not gonna get it.
But that's what they're hoping for.
Right. To be honest, I think if Armel stood around there, they probably actually just kill both of them. Silence. Nice shot. Tanked up by the creeps as well as KP. KP not really seeming to care all that much about anything in the world. Shard's gonna land, connects onto Armel. You get a punch onto him, but they've already taken the racks and are gonna be able to back out now.
Keeping the courier over Roche, it immediately respawns. Febby confirms it, and the easy second Aegis and Cheese.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Courier's going down, and they're just gonna go in towards Roche.
That's the halberd. What a shame. They'll still end the game anyway, though.
You know, I think you're right. Oh, FBZ, he's ready to run in. Oh, they're actually giving him respect. They're TNC are like, guys, we saw that other game from Geek Fan. We don't want to do that stuff.
Problem is that Rax is already down, and so you can't stay away from your lanes for long. And this Roche goes down so quickly with this Lycan.
TNC trying to force the issue a little bit, catch them off guard. Centaur still holding on to Stampede. They run into him, but first going to be able to find that Shadow Demon, throwing out the Snapfire ultimate. Is it going to be enough damage going back the other direction? They buy back on Shadow Demon, miss the chains, actually, and they're going to have to retreat.
Retreat or realize that they can still finish Roche.
I mean, yeah, it's true. They definitely can, but they don't have Will-O-Wisp.
Okay. Yeah, I'm impressed with the level of discipline being shown here. I would have thought any Febby team is just gonna put face on the keyboard and just mow down things. But I mean, like they they still have to stay in the area because Desolator TA can also take the Roche very, very quickly. So it's not like the Radiant team can't take Roche and TNC is like, well, whatever. If you don't want us to take it, we'll just take it again in like another 3 minutes. Now both teams need to keep their eye on it.
EA knows what's up. She's going next item Rapier.
Wow, okay. I mean, technically there is a fair amount of evasion gonna be on the Dire team, so the True Strike is useful.
It's definitely really good. And it's a hell of a lot of damage. AP, silence, minus armor, blown the hell up. Armel needs to be careful there. Can't afford to go down. Was the Shadow Demon ulti dropped on him as well? And they're gonna go in and try and take the Roche themselves. Oh, TNC, you can't let them get this. All right, Slide of Piss, going in. They can't get in there on it. Snowball, they jump in, they get the Roche. And now you're pretty far extended as TNC. Cookie to try and run Makoto. They didn't get the chase. They're able to take down one slowed down remnant away. Is there for Armel. The shards are going to be able to connect. He doesn't have any more remnants, but it was enough to buy the space to get out. And now you've got Aegis on TA trying to build into that Rapier. That is a whole different kettle of fish.
I think they should have gone for the Roche whenever Shapeshift was still up, because that's why Lycan wasn't re-entering the fight, is because Shapeshift was down. And if Shapeshift is down, then he's not really that scary for a Drow Ranger to deal with. And he has to pop it defensively.
Shapeshift. Now Gabby's done. Walrus Punch bringing him down low and done. Armel is almost going to go down. Makoto, he read that beautifully. Dude, did you see that? He blinked on top of where the remnant was landing, and they don't have buyback on Lycan. KP also in some trouble. He's taking a ton of freaking damage. Triple kill Makoto. The most doubles of damage.
Yeah, they're gonna still be able to have this for the tier 2 push also. And he's got the Desolator.
Unreal.
Cliff.
Cliff and buyback at the same time. I think you take that if you're Boom and just back out.
Keski was even defending the lane up top, and so even the tier 4 towers don't take any damage whatsoever. Wow.
Dude, I was ready to phone that one in. Look at this swing back the other way. What is this? We are seeing some crazy Dota today.
Yeah. Although, again, the Naga game was the most encouraging. I'm still not really that inspired. It's a great comeback by Boom. Them being able to take the Aegis and manage to force out a buyback as well, that's amazing against an Ember Spirit. But Lycan's only going to get bigger, and I don't think that Drow Ranger can keep up the pace no matter what she does. So she finished up the Manta style, now she's going for a BKB, and still, like, a BKB is not really going to help her that much. It'll prevent the slows coming out, I guess, from the range necro.
Oh my god, wait a minute though.
Okay, now this could be good.
So they just got the Rapier. I mean, the thing is if you start to fight like this though, if you find the target at the beginning and you blow them up, that's the difference maker, right? Like, if you can start the fight with the jump in from Tusk, this Blink Dagger pickup, it's huge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The only way that TNC loses is if they stop buyback, and right now I see 2 heroes being paired bot, 1 hero in the jungle, Snapfire pushing top, and Lycan trying to solo farm his jungle. The only way they lose is if they just aren't grouped.
Oh. Well, and they are going to be grouped now, but they don't have Lycan for another 30 seconds. They take down the tier 3 tower so quickly. They got to be careful about this. A quick jump in could make life miserable. They don't have the Shadow Demon with them, but look at this. This is, I don't know what you do if you're TNC now. It's a huge lead from Boom. Like, they have lost all of their lead, every little bit of it. I mean, yeah, I completely agree with what you're saying, that like this Drow Ranger, this TA, they do start to like fall off, or like there's counters that you think of in your head with TNC, but like now they've got this huge lead. Like the TA is 6,000 gold ahead of them. Look at the jump in! Oh, the side blade, they get the disarm, but it's not gonna be enough. They don't have any extra damage now. Ember is gone. Makoto turns to fight onto KP. They manage to get the stun, but Gabby, he's just gotta run away. Oh, and they get the net. The stomp comes out in the end right there from the creep, but they're not gonna be able to get any extra. They don't have the damage that they need for this. Another disarm. Again, this is a good fight right now, possibly for TNC, but they don't have Armel. That is the big thing that is missing. It's all of their damage as they lose another TNC. They have lost everything here, and it's off the back of Makoto's beautiful play. He jumps in and just one-shots him. Get out of here, Febby. Oh, man. And they're just going
running in one by one again.
Oh God, they jump forward if they need to. They've got all these disarms that they could possibly want, but at the end of the day, like, just the Drow Ranger is the one that's doing the damage to the towers. There's so much focus on Makoto. They're jumping again, find themselves Tims. He's trying to run away, eyes on the prize, going for the throne. Makoto pops BKB, and they are gonna end this game. What a turnaround.
That last fight was just downright irresponsible. Like, the Centaur and the Ember Spirit run up high ground. The Caudle's a mile away. Shapeshift hasn't even been activated by Lycan yet, and those are the two initiators that go face first into a Drow Ranger Silence and a Templar set.
Dire team pick. Radiant seconds remaining. Pick.
Monkey King.
Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Naga Siren. Seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick. Dire team pick.
Tegna. Phantom.
You may now select your heroes.
Sir.
Prepare for battle.
Your place is here. Axe misses his axe. First blood.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
No.
Outrage! Really?
Let death become you are most gracious.
That's not right.
Axe likes you. Axe will kill you last.
Too slow.
Let's not say you did. Whoop.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's structures are fortified.
My life squandered. That's more like it. Time to move.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Bonded, you and I. Chained in searing heat.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'll take that.
Dire are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You snuffed me out. That's your best.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Shadows. Run from death. Don't take it personally.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Be ensnared in all season is over. Wow. You've been disrupted.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Appreciate it.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
No escaping axe.
Dire's top tower is falling.
Shadow falls.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Zap!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Zap!
Haste!
Oh!
I'll take that.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Light!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
You are no more.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Such potency.
Radiant are scanning.
Dazzle!
Dire are scanning. Radiant team ban.
TNC Predators turn to ban.
Radiant team
I'm not gonna
pick.
call any more games.